Here comes the nasty gram.
Send a priest to save my soul, forget it. Send a doctor, take my
Hey there, Nasty Graham Nation. We're here to announce our next arc, and I'm pretty excited about it. It was a lot of fun, and I think we need to talk about where the idea for it came from.
Yeah, I think it was maybe you guys wanted to help me relive some trauma,
Yeah, I think so.
work through some stuff.
A long time ago, we went on a little vacation to New Hampshire.
New Hampshire?
New Hampshire?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, no, that's right.
And I believe it was, Josh, what was it called? The name of our vacation?
That was the man-meat retreat.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a classic.
Yep. We got very drunk, and we decided we wanted to play a role-playing game where a bunch of
All right, fucking Cheech, are you done over there? Jesus Christ. Your first fucking puff?
I turned my mic down for that. So.
Sorry.
we decided we wanted to play a game where we played the staff of a kitchen of a high-end restaurant, which were also monster hunters.
The classic.
Classic.
Classics.
Yep.
It ages all the time.
Hunting, and then cooking and preparing for the ultra-wealthy delicacies from around the world.
Wasn't
what-
that a Simpsons episode?
Probably everything is a Simpsons
Everything.
episode. And what better name than the monster of the week?
Like that.
Yeah.
Who named the restaurant? Seemed like a Dan name.
I think it was a
Ouroboros?
collaborative episode 1.
Yeah.
We did a lot of world building, but at the beginning of episode 1, we kind of jumped in.
Oh, I should explain this because I just
Yeah.
edited this.
Go ahead.
So you guys, episode 1 will drop next week, but we'll just put it at the end of this track. At the end of the announcement, we'll do a little outro music, and then it was about 30 minutes of not a real session zero, but basically 15, 20 minutes of making characters, learn a little bit about how Monster of the Week characters work, and then 10 or 15 minutes of sort of building, like, what does the restaurant look like? Where is it? How does this, what's the staff kind of like? Whatever.
Yeah, the real session 0 happened in New Hampshire when we were all
Hammer time.
Yeah,
we were all pissed.
Yeah.
yeah.
Properly.
As most great ideas are born.
Yeah, I think this will be good because it takes some things we liked from our Choose Your Own Adventure, but also improves upon some things,
Yeah.
right?
Continuity of characters.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody's played the same character.
It's a lot simpler, easier to like get involved in. You're
and
It's also the real world, right?
Yeah.
really real.
Yeah, not our make-em-ups.
and if anything out there is going to get us canceled,
It could be this. It could be this.
Folks, this may be our last arc.
Couple special guests on this one.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry.
First woman on the podcast.
That's right.
I wasn't here for that. Obviously, I wouldn't allow that. But it did happen. It did happen.
Josh and I had to boycott those episodes.
It was through
Wow.
nepotism, though.
Wow.
It was
It was.
pure nepotism.
Yep.
It was my
Classic.
sister. So.
The classic route.
Yeah.
America.
We were hoping that Josh, the first he would hear the woman on the podcast is when he was editing it, and it was too late to re-record.
But yeah, it is like Choose Your Own Adventure. We do take turns running the game, but it is a little bit more straightforward. Everybody only plays one character, so you get really used to who's who. There's a little bit more continuity of builds on it, and it's a little bit sillier than what we just did, isn't it?
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's a departure.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? Are you calling my life a fucking joke?
We live Matt's chef trauma, and yeah,
They're like his literal nightmare. Like, this is like, enhancing what
Yeah.
you go through and just making it nightmarish.
Yeah,
And there we are. It's hilarious, apparently.
it is. It's I mean, the kitchen life is hilarious, and I mean, if there's anybody out there who works in kitchens, I hope you really do get a enjoyment out of listening to the ridiculousness that I put these guys through.
I feel like Chef Tony is a release mechanism for you.
Oh, 100%.
oh yeah, a little teaser. What's everybody's character, like your name, your role in the restaurant, and what kind of your guys' deal is in Monster of the Week?
I am Matt here. I'm going to be playing the chef de cuisine of the restaurant, the CDC. CDC of the restaurant, Chef Anthony Scholl.
This is Ryan. I play Ken Wiley, the restaurant saucier, and lovable curmudgeon.
Almost guaranteed to once again be the crowd favorite. Ryan,
For sure. Right. Yeah. Ken Wiley steals the show.
It's John. I'll be competing for Dan on best French accent in the Instagram.
Yikes. I don't think there's a competition. I don't think there's a competition.
I'm playing the patisserie chef, Chef Guy Toussaint, a ghost. Little tease.
Known to his friends as Guy Croissant.
Oh, there it is.
Guy Croissant.
There it is. Hey everyone, Dan here playing Bobby Drake, of all people. Yes, the Marvel superhero. And my role is garde-manger, which I have no idea what that actually does, but Matt assured me it was a real thing.
He explains in the session zero.
Yep.
And this is Jake. I will be playing Trent Morello. And Trent is a
Jake when he was 15.
Trent is an obnoxious Gen Z emo kid who sold his soul to the devil. And he is Expo, so he's front of house.
Devil.
Yeah, he's very cute, is he not?
That's why he's up front.
Very handsome.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Devin. I'll be playing Barry Bergeron. He is a born north of the border, maple syrup fed farmer, and he sells rare meats to the Ouroboros restaurant.
And this is Josh, and I will be playing Walter Bernays, spelled differently than the sauce, the recovering addict, former high-class chef turned desperate line cook.
You found Jesus, though, right?
Oh, he found Jesus.
In the bottom of a frying pan.
And he's doing his best to keep the rest of the restaurant from going to hell. Spoiler alert.
Not so much.
Useless venture.
Are we gonna do a shout out for Dante, or we'll let him introduce himself?
Yeah, surprised Dante and Anna when they pop in.
All right, cool.
But that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
86.
Listen to the fucking show.
Yep.
Make sure to wash your hands, folks.
Order up.
I don't think there's much hand washing at the Ouroboros.
Police car and a screaming siren, pneumatic drill, ripped up concrete, a baby wailing, stray dog howling, a screech of brakes and lamp lights blinking. That's entertainment. That's entertainment.
Oh, boy. So,
Yeah.
now
Well,
what?
do we want to give Matt a minute or two to even come up with a character concept, or do you have one?
come on. He's been thinking about this
you've got-
for fucking
you've got
years.
it.
I pretty much have an idea. I don't really have much.
Do you know what playbook you want? Do you have any idea what the playbooks are or the abilities?
Vaguely. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But I was thinking, instead of me being the executive chef, it might be better for me to be like the CDC, not fully, just in case I die. Not in charge of the kitchen, but like then at least promotion or something like that.
They're not going to send the captain on a way mission.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
exactly.
They're actually
Not
smarter than
prudent,
Star
yeah.
Trek.
All right.
Are you going to just swap the character you came up with to the executive chef?
No, the executive chef doesn't need to be there.
They don't fucking do anything anyway. They're just sitting in an
They
office,
just walk
drinking
around.
fucking wine
Yeah,
or booze, screaming about what the CDC's fucked up. Something along those lines.
So Dan is going to be a spell slinger
Or the crooked, whichever.
or the crooked, one of those two. Ryan, you're going with expert.
Going with expert, yeah.
So you're the old,
Like saute chef or sous chef or
but you've been around for forever.
been in the
Just the biz.
been in the high end specialty restaurant biz for a long time. We'll
But
call it.
you're looking to retire. You're
just
trying to
just
trying
playing
to
the
get
string
through
out.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
And John, you are a ghost
Yep.
that haunts the restaurant.
Yeah. And they just
But you can leave it, obviously.
no. Well, yes, I can. Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe
You actually did get a little quieter.
maybe I can only leave it if you guys take something with you. Like,
Oh, there we go.
There's some Horcrux.
Like there's some physical thing that you're attached to.
Your
Yeah.
rolling pin?
yeah, my rolling
That
pin.
actually,
Oh, a rolling pin.
he's
Yeah.
better on. He's
Whisk.
better on there now too.
John, I mean, I don't want to give anything away. Did you die in the restaurant, John?
Yeah, he used to own the building that the restaurant's
Oh, okay.
in.
It
burned
was
down?
It was a patisserie, and
Okay.
he owned the patisserie, and now he just works as a pastry chef, and he hates the fact that he doesn't. He's just like servile to you fucks, basically.
Okay. And Dan, which one are you leaning towards?
I could go either way, but I'll tell Matt what I've got as options. I have either the crooked concept, and he would probably be like a execute Yakuza, and one of their moves is artifact, and he'd probably have like a magic pot, which pretty much makes all his food taste amazing because he's a really shitty chef.
Okay.
So that would be, and then he'd have his background, like criminal background, that would help us like move through the world when we're on mission.
Yeah.
Or the spell slinger, which is basically a guy that works for ingredients, for cutoffs, stuff like that, for his spells, and he's also pretty much our flash freezer for our products while we're out in the field because that's the kind of magic he does.
Oh, I like that.
Yep. So,
I think I'm leaning towards that one too.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
So, Matt, that does free up the crooked as an option for you for a class.
Yeah, if it wasn't clear, I'm the monstrous. This is a class. I'm with my magic rolling pin that I smack people upside the head with.
Do we have to take the rolling pin for you though?
Yeah, because it like
But you have a
binds me to a
spiritual
certain
one.
area.
Okay, so that's like your
Yeah.
that's what you're actually bound to is the object.
Yeah, when you were clearing out the restaurant to kind of build it, you
It
found
was a
this
stone rolling pin.
You found the stone rolling pin just lying in the dust.
Amazing. Okay.
Fuck yeah. Well, I'm definitely between the chosen and the professional.
Okay.
Chosen's cool for a CDC for like a number 2.
Yeah. Like gunning to take the chef's job.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's your destiny to take the chef's
Yeah.
job. You were ordained by some god.
Escoffier himself spoke to me in a dream.
Wow, that's okay. I like how you get this destiny path thing at the beginning of the game. That's
Mhm.
neat.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the chosen.
Cool.
Cool.
Love it.
So basically, all you have to do is pick one power and then pick your weapons. That's fucking pretty much it. Oh, and of course your attributes.
Yeah, how do the attributes work again?
You gotta
pick
on the second page.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's-
So on the
Okay,
second
ratings.
page, you have your ratings.
Pick one of mine.
Yeah.
And the things in italics next to every attribute on the first page, those are all the basic moves. So that the reason they're there is just to show you which attribute they're linked to. But everything you do in this game is one of those 8 moves
or a move that you have on your character sheet.
or a move on your character sheet.
Yeah.
Right.
I am immortal and incorporeal.
Immortal.
I take
Unless we chuck your fucking rolling pin into the sea. I got it, bud.
I mean, he's still living down there.
Yeah, I'll be living down
Probably
there.
in a
It'll
ghost
be-
living.
be miserable.
Under the sea.
You can't freeze butter down there.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah, maybe.
It's
yeah.
cold enough.
Down in the trench.
That's how you get good sea salt butter.
Yeah.
Can you pass a pencil?
So yeah, I take one less harm, and I can't get sick or age or anything like that, and I can freely move through solid objects except for people.
How do you have to like do anything in order to physically mess with the world? Like pick something up?
I think I can choose to manipulate stuff to a certain extent.
Okay.
Like I would have to be able to make pastries and stuff. So actually work at the restaurant.
Right. In order to flash freeze something, Jake,
Mm-hmm.
I've got 4 options. I can blast it. I can do a ball, a missile, or a wall. I figure blast is probably blast chiller.
Blast sounds right to me.
These are the names of different powers you can take.
Yeah, they all like I could effectively create a wall,
Mm-hmm.
or I could blast something kind of like I could shoot a missile, like magic missile,
Right.
or I could shoot like a kind of like a fireball. I think.
Either blast or ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in blast.
That makes me think like you're just shooting cold out of your hand and freezing it, you know?
Sub-Zero.
Yeah.
Like cone.
And so how does your magic work? You have to have a power source, basically? Like,
I have to have 3 out of these 4 things.
I thought it was pick one.
No, it's pick.
holy shit.
I have to pick. I cross off 1, and I need the other 3.
Okay.
I can be like practiced, and I could cross off 2, but I'm definitely taking consumables because that's kind of my thing with the restaurant. So I need consumables, and then I think I'm going to drop incantations. I'm going to cross that one off, so
Okay.
I don't have to speak while doing it,
Okay.
because speaking can be a lot, but I have to have a foci, and I need to be able to gesture.
Okay.
So my
And you
foci,
need the consumables.
yeah, my foci will likely be like a whisker or a whisker.
Oh, yeah.
A whisk?
A whisk.
That's
A
the
whisker.
whisker.
Thank God we have Matt
A
here
whisk.
for all the technical terms.
Yeah.
Woof.
Yeah.
This is gonna be rough.
This is why I wanted to play a guy that was absolutely.
This is why
horrible.
now is the best time to do this with Matt in person.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got to start it off right. You pick a power map.
Which one is that?
So on your chosen sheet, you pick one of those. There's a list of powers in the middle column. Dutiful, devastating, invincible, resilient.
Oh,
the
yeah,
big
yeah.
entrance.
Yeah. Dutiful and resilience.
I think you only pick one.
Oh shit. All right. Well then, resilience. Oh yeah, pick one. Get 2 of these.
I can pick another effect, or I can pick another base. I have blast and frost or ice, or I could pick another base, which would be the ball, missile, or wall option, or I could pick another effect, which is fire, force or wind, lightning or entropy, earth, or necromantic. Life
What?
drain. I don't know if that would suck out some of the flavor.
It's a quicker kill. Less
True.
stress to the.
Less stress to the actual.
Yeah, more
meats.
tender meat.
Okay. God, I just got way creepier.
Now you'll fit in with the kitchen.
You have a lot of tattoos, right?
So many. That's required. I might even have face tats.
Matt, I'm not sure how.
Just all snowflakes.
I might suggest against resilience because since we're going to be doing like shorter one-shot games.
Fair.
I don't think downtime's going to be a really big deal. So I don't think healing, unless someone is going to be healing in a fight, I'm not sure how often healing is going to matter in our games. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, how much downtime is there in a restaurant, you know?
Right. But like
4 or
the
5
way-
hours.
I know.
the way
I know.
we're going to
Yeah.
do it, we're going to have like, I'm going to run a one shot.
Yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
You might run a one shot. We're not going to be like, oh, I'm still wounded from the last game. Right.
Yeah. Then I'm gonna go with devastating on that faster kill.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Plus, I've had some pretty devastating CDCs say some pretty hurtful things.
Hellish rebuke.
Oh, and
Yeah.
you get a special weapon.
Yep.
Ooh.
Are there knives?
Yeah, I get to create it, and it is a knife.
Yeah.
It's
Badass.
so form is handle, and then the business end I chose artifact, which is the magic tag, blade +1 harm, and throwable with the close tag.
Nice.
Because I've definitely seen some
Fantastic.
motherfuckers throw some knives.
So
I
you have
have-
a big magic knife.
Yes.
I have an optional gear where I could take a ritual knife. So we'll all have these wackadoo knives.
So you've
Yeah.
got your knife essentially does 3 harm because of your devastating thing, which is like getting shot with a gun. By the way, a shotgun does 3 harm. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds appropriate.
you can throw it. So yeah, you essentially your weapon is a magic knife that hurts as bad as a shotgun.
I have three three gear options: old revolver, ritual knife, or an heirloom sword.
Those sound like Dan options.
I know, right?
What's
All
in your
viable.
Yeah, what's in your shed?
And you did your attributes, Matt.
No, not yet.
All right.
0, just for the record, is average. So if you have a 0 in something that's average,
Yeah, because if you
-1 is
roll
bad.
if you roll a 7, it's a mixed success. So like, you know,
that's average roll.
with no it's an average roll with no bonus.
Yeah, most of the time you should be rolling that mixed success.
Most of it, it's mostly mixed success.
I have 3 monster slaying weapons. I mean, I kind of need a flamethrower, right? For
Can it just be like a chef's flamethrower, but it actually acts
it's like
as
a
a
creme
true
brulee.
size?
Yeah. It looks like it looks like a little butane
That
torch
should-
for.
I mean,
fun.
It can just be a butane torch that does that much.
yeah.
yeah, it's fine.
It does 3 harm close.
Yeah. You've made some modifications.
Listen, this is I've had this torch for.
Who's ready for tableside, motherfuckers?
I got this torch 23 years ago. Julia Child herself gave it to me. Holy shit, 23 years ago is not that long.
Nope. It's gross. Super fucking gross.
She died longer than that ago, didn't she?
Yeah. I thought that was taking it back to the 80s. No.
When'd she die? 2004. Well, no, she.
That's the year 2000.
Yeah. So,
I remember getting to 2000. I was like, wow, I'm old.
And now how do you feel, Dan?
I managed to injure myself doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like just sleeping. I wake up injured.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty much ready.
Yeah, I just got to pick ratings and my heroic or doom. Yeah. Also, I have to wear pants here.
no, we're all
It's
just
nice,
wearing
isn't it,
pants
John?
because
Yeah,
No
you're here.
pants on right now? It's
No,
fucking awesome.
I got joggers on. I don't wear pants anymore. I wear joggers. I only wear jeans to nice occasions where I have to dress up, you know?
Trying to think of what a CDC would be bad at for ratings. Probably not very sharp.
No?
So I think I'm going to look for the one with, there's only one with negative sharp. So that's the one I'm going to go with.
-1 is like bad at something, and then the zeros are average. So
Yeah, -1 does change a decent amount because you're going from, when on 2d6, your average is always a 7.
7, you're dropping into a 6.
Yeah, which is fairly bad, but,
Yeah, there is an option for me with no negatives. Does everyone have one like that?
Yeah.
No.
I think so.
Everything for me has a negative. Some of them have multiple.
Really, Matt? Then
Yeah.
you probably have much higher. How many +2s do you have?
They all have.
They all have.
They almost all have one. They almost all have 2 +2s.
I only have one that has 2
So,
+2s.
It's a net +3. Is that right?
Looks like.
Yeah.
Maybe net. Well, I have net +4 because I have a -1, a +1, a +1, a +3.
Oh, you got +3. Look at you.
Yeah,
You're
my
you're
weird.
monstrous.
I got my
You're
weird.
very weird.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks like all of Matt's are net +3.
Yeah, mine are too.
Might be that weird.
But
is
yeah, Matt,
used.
all of yours have almost all of yours, Matt, have 2 +2 stats.
Yeah, and they almost all have 2 negative ones, except for one of them. But it also only has 1 +2.
I think weird is a bit of a it's not as used of a stat either, so it can be a plus or not.
That's why you get the
A lot of people,
the big-
I think,
big
who
weird
aren't
dick.
in that circle just dump it.
Yeah.
Trying to decide if he's terrible under pressure or okay.
I should read use magic because I'm probably going to use that.
Then pick 2 heroic and 2 doom tags for your fate.
Because anyone can use magic, right? It's just
Correct.
yeah,
right.
kind of what the flavor of it is and kind of how it matches in the story.
There's a move called Not My Fault. It's +1 to act under pressure when you are dealing with the consequences of your own spellcasting.
All right, I think I'm done. Oh, I got to pick a pronoun.
They, them.
So I think we want to run this kind of like a typical Monster of the Week game where you guys are giving a lot of input as to how things are, since this is kind of going to be a shared GMing thing.
Mm-hmm.
So totally leaving the ball in your court as far as a lot of like what the restaurant is like and things like that. I have a mission, of course, and I have a monster for that mission, but that's kind of it. Kind of following by the playbook, the way that you're supposed to run this. So feel free to input as much or as little as you like.
Yeah, where are we
We'll
thinking?
collectively tell a story.
Where are we thinking this is? Like,
Yeah, so let's start there. Where are we thinking this restaurant is? I was thinking either LA or New York because that makes sense.
Yeah,
I guess would other options include Chicago or New Orleans as sort of central locations?
Yeah, it just seems like those are the most like swanky cities with.
I mean, if you want to be like food cities that have the most Michelin stars, I think are like Tokyo. They're definitely not in the U.S. It's like Japan and Europe somewhere.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but are we all? I mean,
Yeah, I think.
Are we? I mean, we do we want to not be U.S. based? That just means we have a bunch of like expats, or a bunch of, or are we just not Americans? Or
This is a reason why people are going to come to America.
This will do it.
Yep.
I would say we keep it in America and maybe in New York City. That way, there's a lot more. I don't know. This seems like there's more options.
There's more
for-
references for us as people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's also very easy. I mean, I imagine that this restaurant is very wealthy, and that these meals cost millions of dollars. So, like, putting you guys on a private jet to go across the world is not unheard of. Like, that's part of the cost.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I was imagining
And
it.
it like the theme of it feels very American.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, we found a
Gluttonous
amazing
Hunters.
Yeah.
magic creature. Let's kill it and eat it.
Fair.
Okay, and so we're thinking it's like, I mean, it doesn't have to be a super rich thing. Maybe budgets are tight, and that could actually be that could be kind of a fun thing to do as well. Like, if like we force you guys to fucking slum it occasionally. But I was kind of thinking, just for the sake of expedience, like kind of getting to the action, it would be, we'd have a lot of sort of resources available to get to the mission. But I don't know. I don't know if that's the best way to do it.
If you do that, then you have there's two ways of doing it. You either have the pressure of less resources and figuring it out that way, or you have the pressure of expectations from very rich owners or operators, and not fucking it up.
I like the idea that there's some like rich owner behind the scenes, and maybe there's like an actual restaurant manager and they answer to the rich owner. And I mean, just because the restaurant has a lot of money doesn't mean they're giving you guys a good fucking budget for every mission too. So I think that's a good way to go, because that kind of leaves the door open to do whatever. Like, if the restaurant does have a lot of money, or there's money behind it, there's money somewhere, but how much you actually get is completely out of your hands.
Yeah.
It's up to the higher ups.
I think
Cool.
that works.
Matt, I don't think you were here, but how do you feel about Ouroboros for the name of the
Is
restaurant?
snake eating its own tail?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that sounds great.
I don't know, but for some reason, I'm just imagining it. It's in some like industrial warehouse, like brick warehouse. That is totally
industrial
hidden.
chic.
Yeah.
Definitely a place where you like walk through a few different like back entrances in order to get to the nice part.
It was a factory, and now it's been totally fucking gentrified and
Yeah.
turned into like
Where's
a
the
really
place?
fancy restaurant.
Is it in New York right now, or or maybe it's in Japan. It's just like you walk through a couple alleyways, like through someone's backyard, and then there's like a little tiny slatted door. Like you have to crawl through it. They move it aside, and there's like a high end, like Michelin star
That
sushi place.
I know there's shit like that in New York, like secret restaurants in the basement and bullshit.
Oh yeah.
So industrial chic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe even like what is that? Seaside seaport? No, that's Boston. What's like the southwest side of Manhattan? You know, like along the water
There's
there.
meatpacking district.
Like I'm thinking
Hell's Kitchen?
Chelsea. Is it Chelsea?
Oh, Chelsea?
Chelsea, where we were.
Yeah, like a little further west, like where you're along the water, there used to be all like old like ship warehouses and shit. Like it could be on the
It would be
right
good
on the water,
for
like
us to be able to come and go too.
yeah.
through the water.
I like the idea of like this giant brick sort of factory building that used to, maybe they made ships there at one point, but it's been turned into this like high end restaurant. But is it like a secret restaurant, or is it like so like you don't go there unless you're like super rich and you know the right people, or is it like there's a regular restaurant, then there's like the secret side of it where you can like order crazy shit?
Good question.
I kind of like the idea of it being completely secret. Like it's totally hidden.
I think that kind of makes it more. Actually, it's still thinking of location. I guess it could have been like a bakery where you made stuff, not.
Yeah, and if you put it on the Hudson, then people can like secretly come in on their fucking yachts. You
Yeah.
know?
But I was just saying for John's Bakery to have been there.
Yeah.
I guess it could have been a long time ago.
Yeah, no, it was
Like a really long
yeah,
time ago.
like 1800s.
Yeah.
either 1800s or like after World War II or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably 1800s. He came to America.
Awesome. Are you dressed in some silly frock
Oh,
Oh, he looks like a
with buckle
1800s.
shoes?
Well, he's missed from like the waist down, but yeah.
Mister?
Huh?
Mister?
Yeah, yeah.
what do you
He
think,
gets
Matt?
pissed, you
what
get
do
missed?
What do you think about the business model of this restaurant?
I'm missed from the waist. No,
Do they
it's not
have
good.
like
It's
a
not good.
dozen
Work on
people a week that come here basically? Like they do one dinner service and people kind of like, you know, like Elon Musk calls up and he's like, I want to eat a dinosaur. And we're like, no problem. Come in next Saturday.
Yeah, kind of. I would think it would be. I think there would have to be some sort of like. I mean, if it's supposed to be unknown but really expensive, like you'd have to justify it somehow. You know what I mean? Maybe this is like a chef's tasting menu. Like you have to know. Yeah, you'd have to like call up, pre-order for your specified people, like, you know, a year in advance. Like this is not
Right,
like
right.
you can just call up and get a reservation. Even Elon Musk can call up and be like, I want to come in next Saturday. Yeah, go fuck yourself. The Rockefellers are coming in
Right.
for a private tasting of 4, so you can move on.
Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, that makes sense. And then like, you know, you want your ingredients fresh, obviously. So you'd be like, all right, next week we've got like the Rockefellers scheduled.
Yeah.
You know, they've requested to eat Hydra. So
Yeah, let's work out a menu.
you know, let's work out a menu, go harvest the ingredients.
I also like the idea that there is a subplot that this restaurant is really just a way for your rich overlord to get in with other powerful people and make like psycho
It's like
plans.
golfing. Like when you go golfing.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
right,
right,
right.
yeah.
No, it's like a real restaurant on having that. Like the owner is the one who's like, hey, listen, I know we're booked, but
I got my
Yeah,
friends
you
coming.
gotta fit this guy in.
you know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have them put a table in the kitchen right in the middle of your fucking space, and you need to serve them.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
Do we want the owner to be a mystery, or do we know who the owner is?
I think it should start as a mystery at least.
Yeah.
All right. So owner is a mystery, but the restaurant manager is not. That is the person who has like contact with the owner, is in charge of the bookings, handles the finances, but that is not the head chef. That is a different person.
Mm-hmm.
The head chef, I don't know. What are they doing that you're not doing, Matt?
CDC is generally in charge of all food preparation, organization of the kitchen and staff. Chef handles scheduling, maybe some ordering, dealing with purveyors. You know, he doesn't really do a whole lot of like, you know.
What about menu prepper? Like actually making the menu?
That's generally a collaboration between the CDC and the executive.
All right. Cool. Sounds good. Because, I mean, obviously, you guys are going to be harvesting ingredients, but the majority of the ingredients are still normal fucking ingredients. So that you know, there's still all of that shit to be done as well. And then, is anyone going to be front end in this game? I don't think so. You're all kitchen workers.
Yeah,
So,
I think so.
So we don't have to really worry about that at the moment.
I don't even know what technically my role is in the kitchen, though.
Wow, what did you choose?
Did you take a magic knife or a magic pot?
Neither, because I'm
He's not the cook.
Oh, right.
spell slinger.
You're the spell. Right.
I gotta look at the.
Yeah, I was going to say that was like a rough outline.
Yep. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Josh is going to be the sommelier.
All right, Matt. So
Okay.
you've got a person in your kitchen who has magic ice powers and magic necromancy powers. What do you have them do?
Is there a job in the freezer? I mean,
Right? Prep cook.
Ice and necromancy.
So we've already covered. We have the pastry chef. He's
a ghost.
We have a
ghost pastry chef.
pastry chef. We have the CDC.
I like the idea that like
Saucy.
I kind of like the idea that you're a pastry chef, but like, and you're kind of separate from everything else. Like, you're like, no, here's the pastry.
Yeah.
Here's what's available. Like, here's
This
some
is it.
fucking rolls. You'll eat them. Like,
And then you guys take me along with you just because, and I'm like against my will.
because you're immortal.
Yeah.
They always bring you because you're immortal,
Yeah.
basically, right?
Let's bring the rolling pin again.
Josh,
It's good entertainment.
We can throw them at people.
sommelier. So we got Matt. Ryan, you're the
Saucier,
saucier.
saute chef, whatever you want. I've always wanted to be a saucier. So
Hey, there, you could definitely be saucier. That's something I left off. That would kind of be in a little bit of like prep cook-ish territory, not so much like service. You're making stocks, all the sauces, probably some of the base dressings and that kind of stuff. Like, you know, all the mother sauces.
yeah, my like I said, I'm just playing out the string. So I pretty much just use like I buy condiments from Costco and just kind of just zizz them up a little bit. That's yeah. Listen, I did the whole thing before, kid. You know,
I buy Hellman's and I call Naoli and it's good to go.
Throw in some garlic powder.
Here's the thing: they don't know the difference.
Ice and necromancy.
Sushi chef, you bring the fish back to life.
Oh,
Yeah, I would say like
Fish cook.
garmager, or even like garmager entremetier. Both things. A lot of your production is cold and needs to be chilled fast to keep it at that perfect state of being cooked. And then the necromancy, like, I don't know, I wouldn't want your necromantic energies really
Yeah, probably not.
sucking the life out of the food, out of the proteins. But like decomposing, you know, fermentation rates, bacteria, I guess would
Cheese.
probably be some sort of, like
The necromancer
necromancy.
is making cheese.
Yeah, you're using like the
aging
bacteria to do stuff.
I love it. All right, so we'll do.
Like having a perfectly cooked vegetable is, you know, very important. Garmager has hands in a lot of different places. It's like one of the busiest stations. And so what's the spell slinger?
Yeah,
I get Garmager.
Garmager.
So those motherfuckers have to work some magic when you're getting hit with apps courses to start, and then the desserts come in from the first seating and apps come in from the second seating at the same time. So now you're doing both.
But this restaurant's a little different, right? Because you don't have that sort of
I mean,
You're not
when you
super
gotta get
busy.
everything to
depends on
It's
what
more about
course.
precision, right?
Depends on what course is coming out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of elements that are coming off of different places. A lot of that fine stuff is going to be coming off of garmager. A lot of cold garnish, a lot of frill work, that kind of
Cool.
stuff.
All right.
Jake, were you thinking of Battery Park for the part of?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Battery Park is a nice bougie area.
Yeah.
I always add the dry ice effect on everything.
It's like a little marina for all the rich fucks that come in with their yachts.
Okay, everyone ready?
Yeah.
Ready,
Yeah, I
ready,
think
ready,
so.
ready, ready. Dan, you want to